The luminol experiment is the last one we typically do in boot camp. It's sort of a celebration lab, a fun lab that we do on the last day of boot camp, because as you probably know, glow sticks are a lot of fun, particularly as we're now approaching Fourth of July. So a glow stick or the luminol experiment is based on chemiluminescence. So a chemical reaction that creates light. You may be a little bit familiar with fireflies, although I haven't seen many fireflies in Wisconsin since I moved here. When I grew up in Pennsylvania, there were a lot more, and I loved to catch them in jars, the traditional kid thing to do. So that's bioluminescence, but it's still based on a chemical reaction. So the ability to combine chemicals, and when they are combined, you create a little bit of light. So this chemical experiment, luminol, when you combine the synthesized luminol with a reactant, traditionally oxygen, and a catalyst, you create light. And so what you would do is you would synthesize the luminol, you put in the DMSO, the potassium hydroxide, and then you would have oxygen, and you would mix them together in a dark room, and hopefully you would see a little bit of glow. How much glow you see typically relates to the quality of the luminol that you make. There are different chemicals and different chemicals and different chemical reactions to create the glow stick luminescence. And there are actually experiments out there in organic chemistry that you can do that would mimic that particular set of chemical reactions. So this is a little bit different, but the same principles of chemiluminescence apply. So unfortunately, you won't be able to see the result of this experiment because we won't be having you do it in the lab. But if you want to see a similar kind of reaction, go out and buy a couple of glow sticks and celebrate on the 4th of July because you'll be seeing something very similar. So this is a little bit more serious because this is an experiment that you're going to be doing on paper, keeping track in your laboratory notebook. But at the end, if you want to mimic what you would see in the luminol reaction, get a glow stick.